In the stillness of the Arabian dawn, before the first whisper of sunlight touches the desert sands, there is a silence so deep that even time seems to pause. The wind rests, the air holds its breath. And in this vast emptiness, surrounded by mountains carved by centuries of unforgiving storms, lies a place many have heard of, but few truly understand. A place once filled with life, with trade, with laughter, with arrogance, and with warnings. A city whose stones still echo with a message older than history itself. This is Hegra, Mada'in Salih, Al-Hijr. They call it the forgotten twin of Petra, the southern jewel of the Nabataean kingdom. A city carved not by the hands of time, but by the hands of a civilization whose mastery over sandstone bordered on impossible. To walk into Hegra is to feel the presence of a people who once stood at the crossroads of empires, a people who shaped mountains into palaces, graves into monuments, and entire landscapes into expressions of their pride. Yet to the believer, to the one who understands the deeper history Allah has preserved, Hegra is not just a historical site. It is a reminder, a warning, a lesson carved into stone, left untouched for over 2,000 years, so that generations may see, reflect, and remember. As the golden sun climbs above the eastern horizon, its light spills across the towering sandstone cliffs, revealing the first of Hegra's majestic tombs. Their facades rise like silent guardians, symmetrical, precise, sculpted with such elegance that even modern architects pause in awe. Rows upon rows of monumental doorways, tall and narrow, framed by intricate carvings that blend power with beauty. Some call it a cemetery of kings. Others call it a lost necropolis. But to the people who built it, these were the eternal houses of their dead, palaces for the afterlife. But the question lingers, who were they? The Nabataeans, the mysterious desert traders who mastered the art of water, stone, and survival. Their capital, Petra, is known to the world. But Hegra was their southern heart, their thriving hub, a city positioned perfectly on the incense trade route, a lifeline that connected Arabia to Rome, Egypt, Syria, and beyond. Goods from Yemen, spices from India, silk from China, all passed through Hegra, and every caravan paid tribute. Every merchant left with lighter pockets. The Nabataeans grew rich, powerful, respected, and feared. Their architects carved homes into mountains. Their engineers built water systems so sophisticated that even today, researchers marvel at how they managed to tame the desert's thirst. Their language blended Aramaic, Arabic, and their own unique script. Their religion, a mixture of ancient Arabian deities, rituals, and celestial worship. But there is something deeper, something far older. Long before the Nabataeans, long before Petra and the incense trade, this land was home to another people, a people mentioned in the Quran, a people whose story is tied not to prosperity, but to arrogance and destruction. The people of Thamud. Yes, this is the same land where Allah sent Prophet Ṣāliḥ, may Allah be pleased with him. The same land where the she-camel miraculously emerged from solid rock. The same land where, despite clear signs, arrogance drowned faith, and punishment followed. For Hegra, Al-Hijr is not merely an archaeological site, it is a Qur'anic site, a place Allah himself mentions by name. And indeed, those who were wronged were destroyed. And indeed, you pass by them in the morning and at night. Will you not then understand? Surah As-Safat, chapter 37, verses 127, 128. To understand Hegra, to truly feel its echo, we must step back, far back, beyond the Nabataeans, beyond the carvings and tombs, to the era of Thamud. Imagine a people blessed beyond measure. In a harsh desert where survival was a daily battle, the people of Thamud carved homes out of mountains. They built fortresses stronger than iron, structures that seemed almost defiant against nature. They possessed wealth, engineering skill, and physical strength. They roamed the land with pride, confident that nothing, not even death, could reach them easily. Allah blessed them with abundance. Gardens, springs, agriculture, livestock. They lived in valleys rich with life. And then Allah sent them a man from among them, Prophet Ṣāliḥ. He reminded them, "O my people, worship Allah. You have no deity other than Him." Some listened, many mocked. They had carved mountains after all. What could destroy them? So they challenged Prophet Ṣāliḥ. They said, "If you are truly a prophet, bring us a sign, something impossible, something undeniable." And Allah showed them a miracle that no human could replicate. From the heart of a mountain, before their very eyes, a she-camel emerged, living, breathing, towering, magnificent. A creature unlike any other, a sign so clear that their excuses melted before its presence. But arrogance is a powerful poison. Instead of belief, jealousy and resentment grew. The camel drank from their wells and grazed from their land, but she was not an ordinary animal. She was a test, a living sign from Allah. Some feared her, some hated her, and a group, the worst of them, conspired. In the darkness of night, they committed a crime that sealed their fate. They slaughtered the she-camel. When Prophet Ṣāliḥ heard, he warned them, "Enjoy yourselves in your homes for 3 days. This is a promise not to be denied." On the first day, their faces turned yellow. On the second, red. On the third, black. And at the dawn of the fourth day, the punishment arrived. A mighty blast, a shriek so powerful it shattered their bodies where they stood. Their homes remained, their carved mountains remained, their wealth remained. But they were gone. Allah wiped them out so swiftly, so decisively, that their entire civilization vanished into dust. A brutal reminder that no structure, no wealth, no power can protect one from the decree of Allah. Centuries passed. The winds of time erased the traces of Thamud's presence. The sands swallowed their remains. And eventually, new people arrived. The Nabataeans. They did not know the full story. They did not remember the sins. To them, the land was rich, the sandstone soft, the strategic location unmatched. They settled. They prospered. They engraved their civilization atop the ruins of Thamud, unaware of the echoes beneath their feet. Today, when historians speak of Hegra, they speak of the Nabataeans. But when Muslims speak of Al-Hijr, they remember the people of Thamud. And both histories, separated by centuries, merge within the same stones. As you walk through Hegra today, you feel it, the uncanny silence, the weight of something ancient, the mixture of beauty and dread. The Nabataean tombs stand with astonishing symmetry, each doorway crowned by the 5-stepped Merlon design, a signature of their architectural style. The facades rise sharply, the corners crisp, despite 2,000 years of desert storms. Some tombs belong to governors, some to wealthy merchants, others to entire families. The most famous among them is Qasr al-Farid, the lonely castle. A single, massive tomb carved into an isolated boulder. Its facade is incomplete, frozen in time like an unfinished thought. Yet what is complete shows the pinnacle of Nabataean artistry, towering, powerful, asserting dominance over the emptiness around it. Another wonder is Jabal Ithlib, a mountain sanctuary carved with meeting rooms, ritual spaces, and the stunning diwan, an open-air hall framed by columns sculpted directly into the rock. Here, the Nabataeans held councils, feasts, and rituals. And here, the voices of ancient gatherings seem to linger in the still air. But the most striking feature of all is the silence. Hegra is not merely quiet, it is unnaturally quiet. A silence that feels aware of itself. A silence that breathes. It is the silence of a place that has witnessed civilizations rise and fall and carries the weight of their stories. When the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon whom, traveled with his companions and passed by the region of Al-Hijr, he instructed them not to enter the dwellings of the punished people except in a state of fear, lest what befell them befall others. In one narration, when the companions began using water from the wells of Thamud to make dough, the Prophet, peace be upon him, ordered them to throw it away and not eat from it. Why? Because these are not ruins of a forgotten civilization. These are ruins of a punished civilization, and punishment leaves a shadow. But the Nabataeans did not know. They built, they thrived. For centuries, Hegra was alive, markets buzzing, caravans arriving, incense perfuming the air, camels kneeling under heavy loads, merchants shouting prices, children chasing each other between houses carved in stone. Then came the Romans. In 106 CE, the Nabataean kingdom was annexed into the Roman Empire. Trade routes shifted, commerce declined, and slowly, like a flame starved of oxygen, Hegra dimmed. Houses emptied, tombs were sealed, the desert reclaimed its land. By the 8th century, the city was entirely abandoned, and for over 1,000 years, no one lived here. Unlike Petra, which saw sporadic habitation, Hegra became a ghost, untouched, unaltered, preserved in eerie perfection. And that is why walking through Hegra today feels like walking through time. Nothing has changed. Not the tombs, not the cliffs, not the silence. Every carving, every inscription, every weathered stone is a word in the story of a city that died twice, once through abandonment and once through divine punishment in earlier ages. But what truly gives Hegra its haunting beauty is the contrast between human achievement and human failure. The Nabataeans carved breathtaking monuments, yet their civilization vanished. Thamud carved mountains into homes, yet they were destroyed. Both mastered stone, but neither mastered humility. Hegra is a place where brilliance and arrogance intersect, a place where architecture meets revelation, where archaeology meets faith, where history meets warning. To the historian, Hegra is a masterpiece. To the architect, it is inspiration. To the tourist, it is an adventure. To the believer, it is a reminder. A reminder that every civilization, no matter how mighty, is only a moment in the timeline Allah controls. A reminder that arrogance blinds, that blessings can turn into disasters when gratitude disappears. A reminder that the signs of Allah are everywhere, in miracles, in ruins, in the wind that moves the sand across forgotten doorways. As the sun begins to set over Hegra, its last rays painting the cliffs in shades of crimson and gold, the desert transforms. Shadows stretch across the tombs, the air cools, and the silence deepens once more. You stand before Qasr al-Farid, its towering facade glowing under the dying light, and for a moment, you feel the presence of the ones who carved it. The chisels striking stone, the architects drawing lines with precision, the workers hauling scaffolding across uneven ground. The pride, the confidence, the belief that their structures would last forever. Ironically, the structures did last, but the people did not. And that is the final lesson of Hegra. Civilizations carve stone, but it is Allah who carves destiny. Nations build monuments, but it is Allah who decides how long they stand. People write history, but it is Allah who decides who remembers. Hegra stands today not as a symbol of Nabataean glory, nor as a remnant of Thamud's arrogance, but as a witness to the truth that every rise has a fall, every pride has a consequence, and every blessing has a responsibility. As you leave the ancient city and walk back into the embrace of the modern world, the desert wind picks up once more. It whispers through the tombs, across the cliffs, around the lonely castle, carrying with it the unspoken message that has survived thousands of years. Travel through the earth and see what was the end of those who denied the truth. Chapter 6, verse 11. And as darkness settles over Hegra, one thing becomes clear. This place is not forgotten. It is preserved. If you enjoyed this journey into the lost city of Hegra, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring more forgotten histories back to life. Until next time, thanks for watching.